Today we're going to be taking a look at a First Strike Ration. This is menu number 5, produced by Sopatco. The First Strike Ration is a US 24-hour ration. It is meant to take the place of 3 MREs over the course of a full day. They are optimized for weight and ease of consumption. All the products in this are truly ready to eat. They require very minimal to no preparation. You can just open everything up and shove it down your mouth hole. First thing we have is a bag for porting your unused ration contents or disposing of trash, I suppose. It's a resealable Ziploc bag. This can also be used for porting water, which can be very useful in the field. We have a cran raspberry First Strike nutritious energy bar. Production date on that is 2019. We have a standard MRE spoon, a teriyaki beef stick, a Bridgeford filled French toast, 3.5 ounces. Now this little package here is about the size of a normal MRE, and this is supposed to contain the rest of the food that the soldier will consume for a 24-hour period. Bridgeford sandwich, shelf stable, honey barbecued chicken, also 3.5 ounces. A frosted brown sugar cinnamon toaster pastry. I've had loads of these in the past. A Star-Kissed tuna creations, lemon pepper tuna outdoor pouch, and the cool little camo pack. This is the same pack that you'll find in the tuna MRE. Pack of MRE crackers, 2.1 ounce pack of toasted corn nuggets. Very specific calorie count on that, 273.6. We have a very full package of chocolate protein drink powder, a nut raisin mix with pan-coated chocolate discs, and that is a whopping 350 calories. Beverage-based powder tropical punch, a pack of cinnamon zapple sauce, 37 grams of carbs in that, 23 of which are sugar. We have a couple little accessory packs. This one is labeled FSR, so that's First Strike Ration. We got some cinnamon gum, it's a little bit crushed looking. 3 moist towelettes, a pack of iodized salt, which feels like it's hardened up actually. Standard pack of Lighthouse toilet paper, and a glossy pack of MRE matches with white tips. Caffeinated mints, mixed berry energy gel. I've had this before. This is quite an odd item. One of the new 1 ounce packs of peanut butter, 1 ounce pack of fat-free mayonnaise. I'm assuming this is for the tuna. This will be all the food I consume over the course of the day. Let's take a look at this nut raisin mix first. That has a do not eat it. We're not gonna eat that. Those smell nice and fresh. Those are looking good. There's not very many pan-coated chocolate discs in there though. I only see a couple. They don't include any kind of flameless ration heater or anything like that in a First Strike Ration. You're just supposed to pull everything out and eat it as is. These filled French toast are pretty good, but they are a lot better heated. We're just gonna eat it the way that it comes. Huh? There's also a do not eat in that. Not gonna eat that. It's a little bit deformed looking. Some of the filling is oozing out, but that looks pretty good. This is one of the items I was most curious about, the teriyaki beef stick. Looks like that is a bag within a bag. The beef stick is actually Bridgeford branded. It's 1 ounce. Top 2 ingredients are beef and sugar, then followed by salt, spices, and soy sauce. Of course, it has some preservatives and things in it. Kind of greasy. Smells a lot like a Slim Jim, or maybe even a summer sausage, sort of. Let's open that frosted brown sugar, cinnamon, toaster pastry. Tons of carbs in this meal, but that's what you need to keep a soldier going. Looks like we have just the 1 toaster pastry in there, has some icing on it, and this thing is quite squished. It has a bit of a sheen to it as well. Let's fix up this chocolate protein powder. There's a lot of powder in this bag. It makes it almost up to the fill line. This one actually only calls for 8 ounces of water. If you were in the field, you'd probably just drink this right out of the pouch. I'm gonna pour it into a glass though so we can get a better look at it. Looks fairly thick. You could have probably made this with a little bit more water. And it does still have some chunks in it, but it's not looking too bad. They call these protein powder, but there's only 12 grams of protein in this thing. What it's really heavy on is the carbs. There's 53 grams of carbs in that. Well, I'm famished, so let's start eating. Guess I'll go with this toaster pastry first. There's a look at the thin little cross section. I've had a lot of these in previous reviews I've done. This is about the freshest one I've had though. You can tell too. That's perfect. Not being toasted, it's kind of doughy. It's really drawing my mouth out. The cinnamon's not overpowering in this. It's just a nice undertone of cinnamon. It's extremely sweet. Not bad. I need a sip of my chocolate protein powder though. Now that's good stuff. It is very thick. It's not at all gritty like you get with some protein powders. It's like a super rich chocolate milk, essentially like a cold hot cocoa. Let's poke around this nut raisin mix for a second. So of course it has peanuts in it. It looks like we have raisins, little pieces of walnut, Couple almonds. There's your pan-coated chocolate disc. They're sort of splitting open. They're essentially M&Ms. A few of those in there. I don't see any hazelnuts. That's a pretty varied handful. Those are awesome. These are the freshest nuts I've had in any ration I've tried. They're perfectly roasted. I really like that. The chocolate discs actually add a good amount of sweetness when mixed with the raisins. I don't think these are lacking for salt or anything. They taste really perfect just the way they are. Let's go in for this filled French toast. Break that in half. Seems to be quite a bit more filling in one part than the other part, but it is sort of squished out over here. These are very doughy, sort of an undercooked feel. There's very little cinnamon flavor to this, but it is there. On the edges, you're getting mostly bread. Let's dip a little bit of this in our chocolate drink. See how that is. That's better. The filled French toast is not an item that's going to blow anyone away, but it's also just so easy to eat. There's nothing offensive about it. I think we'll try a couple squirts of peanut butter on that. I pulled that all the way down the side by accident. That's all right though. Squeeze some peanut butter out on that one. Check that out. Oh yeah, now that makes it good. Let's put a little bit on our toaster pastry as well. Now these two combined sucks all the moisture out of your mouth. The flavor's good though. Put a little bit more on my French toast here. And since I have a little bit of the toaster pastry left, I think we're gonna make a little weird sandwich. Check that out. I mean, it can't be bad, right? There's a lot going on with that, but all the flavors mix really well. It actually has some texture contrast. You have the doughiness of the filled French toast and then the slight crunchiness of the toaster pastry. The peanut butter really brings it all together. When you have items like this, they aren't that great standalone. I mean, if you just keep adding stuff to them, they just get better and better. From this first meal of the day, this beef stick was the most intriguing item to me. There's a little look at the cross section. It has sort of a salami look. It's a mix of fat and meat. Break that in half. It breaks fairly easily. Has a little bit of a smoky smell. The skin gives a little bit of a snap, which I like. It's very tender, extremely salty, slightly greasy. My only complaint about this item is it's such a small portion. I would have liked to have seen 2 of these. For my palate, this is actually the best thing from this first meal. It's just simple, processed meat. I mean, you can't really go wrong with that. Has a little bit of a tanginess. I'm not quite sure where that's coming from, but I like it. It's spiced, similar to a summer sausage or something like that. Just one little bite left, go ahead and polish that one off. Now that was pretty good for what it is. Now it's time for the mixed berry energy gel. The last time I had this, I was not a fan, but I don't think I needed it quite enough, so we're really gonna need the crap out of it this time. Yeah, that does not look the most appetizing to me. It's a runny, gelatinous consistency. Smells of artificial berry flavor. Yeah, it's like I remember it. It has this like weird starchy consistency to it. It's not at all sweet, and that fake berry flavor really doesn't do much for it. I mean, this is literally designed to just be sucked down real quick for quick energy. And for that, it's great. But as a food item I'm scrutinizing, I'm not into it. I think we'll finish up this portion of the review with a try of the Challenge Cool Mints with caffeine. The last First Strike Ration I had the caffeinated gum in it, and that actually made me feel sick after about 20 or 30 minutes of chewing it. Hopefully these mints don't cause that reaction. They're white with a couple little blue flakes on them. They smell very minty. I don't know if you're supposed to just let these dissolve or chew them up. I'm opting to chew this one. They're actually not overpoweringly minty. A little bit on the mild side. I do think you're probably supposed to suck on it.
Hey, yo, what the?
And not just chew it up the way I am. Each one of these little tabs has 85 milligrams of caffeine, which is about like a cup of coffee. So that'll probably get me going. In that pack, they have 5. I've already eaten 1. Flavor-wise, it's not bad. It doesn't have any weird chemical flavor or anything. And it's doing a lot to freshen my breath up, it seems like. I will report back if there's any ill effects from those. Be right back with the dinner. All right, let's finish this meal off. As I was setting up for the dinner portion of this review, I came to a realization that you better like cinnamon if you're issued this, otherwise you're gonna be in a heap of trouble. It had cinnamon applesauce, cinnamon toasted pastry, filled French toast, which has cinnamon in it, cinnamon chewing gum. The only thing that it didn't have was the apple cinnamon First Strike bar, but other than that, there's a lot of cinnamon in this meal. Let's get this started with our drink. As usual, these call for 12 ounces of water. These 2 drinks is definitely not enough to sustain you for an entire day. I have been sipping on water throughout the day. I've probably consumed about another liter of water. There's all kinds of little junk floating on the top of that. It's got floaties on it. I've stayed pretty full from the first meal that we had in the day though. I snacked on the raisin nut mix and I finished off the energy gel probably 2 hours ago. Let's look at these toasted corn nuggets. Do not eat in that. I'm not gonna eat that. So those smell good. They look good. Put those on the tray. Let's open up our cran raspberry flavor First Strike nutritious energy bar. Look at that smushed thing. It's so thin. I've never had the cran raspberry. This is a lot of people's favorite. As usual, it's very chewy in texture, almost like a taffy. This one for sure got squished at some point. And tear open our applesauce, squirt that on the tray. It's a little bit darker in color than the regular applesauce. I really like this stuff. It's a bit more runny than regular applesauce is, but that's because it's meant to be eaten out of the tube. Let's open up our honey barbecue chicken sandwich. It looks like it got mashed just a little bit as well. Now that has a very interesting smell. I'm not gonna say that it's appetizing. You can see where the do not eat was imprinted on that one. Feels very doughy, a lot like the French toast did. The smell from this is not that great though. There's a look at the cross section, filling sticker on one side and the other. I don't know about that one, guys. Open up our crackers. The way that they're all dented in, they might be broken up. Yeah, it feels like they're in some pieces. That one made it out without too much damage. There's cracks in it, but it's mostly intact. This tuna will be the main protein for the meal. It contains 29 grams for the pouch. Pull that tear notch. As you would expect, just plain old canned looking tuna. This one just so happens to be lemon pepper flavored. Definitely some juice in there. And the majority of that came out. So that tuna, pretty heavily compacted in there. It looks kind of dry, even though there was some liquid in there. It's pretty separated. You can see a couple flakes of the pepper in there for the lemon pepper. Man, that is compacted. I think this whole ration just got set on at some point or something. Like, it seemed to have been sort of crushed down in the middle, like something heavy was sitting on it. I'm a tuna fan, so that should be pretty good. Let's get a taste of a couple of these toasted corn kernels first. Very dry, a little bit greasy feeling. They smell really nice, like a Frito almost. Oh man, those crunchy. Very salty. A little more salty than it would need to be, actually. The texture is fantastic. Yeah, I like those. Get a sip of our fruit punch. Still looking a little weird on top there. That's a taste you don't forget. MRE fruit punch. Probably the most unnatural thing on the earth. Try a little piece of our First Strike bar. Extremely gummy in texture. It took a while to chew up, but the puffed rice is nice. It gives it just a tiny bit of crunch. This is definitely the best tasting First Strike bar, I think. It's not overly sweet, which I thought it might be, and it's not super tangy either, even though cranberries do have a little tang to them. I don't taste much raspberry. It's mostly cranberry, but that's actually pretty good. I'd definitely say that's the best First Strike bar. Let's go in for some of this tuna. Nothing special about that, just standard tuna. It is on the dry side. The lemon pepper is so slight. If you did a blind taste test on this, you didn't know it was lemon pepper, you might not even know that it's in there. But it does add just a little something. We'll get one of our crackers. It's just kind of falling apart. It is scored with cracks all down it, but it's 100% fresh. Let's load this up with some tuna and take a bite of that. That's one messy cracker. It's just falling apart. The flavor on that is awesome. It definitely compounded the dryness though. I need another sip of my drink. I'm not a mayonnaise eater. It's just not my thing. Especially this shelf-stable mayonnaise is super weird. It has a very odd chemical taste. But for the review, I will try it out. Go ahead and squeeze a little bit of that on the cracker here. I really don't want to go overboard with this because I'm not a huge fan. I think that's more than enough. And we'll put a nice helping of tuna on that. Let's try that out. That cuts down the dryness tremendously. The mayonnaise flavor gets overshadowed by everything else, so you don't really know what's in there, but the moisture makes it a lot easier to eat. I think that's actually the way to go with that. If you're gonna be eating the tuna with crackers, the mayonnaise is a good call in my opinion. Let's try out our barbecued honey chicken sandwich. Tastes better than it smells. The bread to filling ratio is definitely not ideal. The honey barbecue is slightly sweet, which isn't a big surprise. I'm not detecting very much chicken in this. It's mostly bread. The bread's a little bit dry, a little bit doughy. In the corner here, there's pretty much no filling at all. It's just all bread. Definitely not one of my favorite items. I think this would be a lot better heated up though. At least it'd be a little bit steamy, not so dry. I'm really disappointed in the amount of filling though. But they cheaped out on it just a little bit. It's not bad for grab and go, ready to eat food though. So this piece of bread didn't have any filling in it really. I'm gonna open it up and put just a little bit of tuna in that. Put just a little squeeze of our mayo and drop a couple corn kernels on it. We have a very small makeshift tuna sandwich. That's a good way to do it, especially if you're trying to eat it fast. Just pile it all on top of each other and whoop it down. Let's try out our cinnamon applesauce. Heck, that might be the best thing in the ration. It goes down so easy being runny like that. You can tell there's added sugar to it, but the cinnamon in this is perfect. It's not gonna blow your head off cinnamon. It's not spicy cinnamon in any way. It's just this nice undertone. That is good stuff. The mint that I had earlier in the day did a good job. I felt energized. I got a lot of productivity done today, which that was really good. And it didn't make me feel sick or nauseous in any way like the gum did. So I do give that stuff a thumbs up. And that was 24-hour First Strike Ration, meeting number 5. For what it's designed for, it gets the job done. I'm more partial to regular MREs personally as far as just eating goes, but this is really not a realistic situation in which you would be consuming a First Strike Ration. At no point would you sit down with a tray and lay everything out and eat it like a meal. You would be eating these components one, maybe two at a time as you're on the move, and as you get breaks between whatever activities you're doing for the day. And for that, I think the First Strike Ration is pretty hard to beat. I mean, the only thing that I had to do any preparation with was the drinks, and that is a snap. Big thanks to Mr. Tracy Phillips for sending this to me. I really appreciate that, buddy. Thanks so much for watching, guys. This has been Ration Rewind, the series in which I'm reposting my old ration reviews from my first YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up to help it out with that Google algorithm. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to catch all of my future ration content. This is the one-stop shop for MRE related content. Old and new, foreign and domestic, military and commercial. We do it all here on Readiness Rations. Be sure to drop me a comment and check out my social links down in the description of this video. And I will be back with a new video for you guys next week. Until then, I will catch you in the next video. See you then. Peace.